Welcome to Hope Pulse with Mercy Njoroge every second and last Saturday of the month on YouTube at Hope Pulse. When life happens as it does, then there is a lifting up. Hope Pulse with Mercy Njoroge.
Welcome to Hope Pulse with Mercy Njoroge. Remember, I'm with you every second and last Saturday of the month. The last session, we discussed the big question. We discussed why. Why did it happen? Why did it happen to him, to her? Why did God allow it? We discussed what if I did, what if I did not do. And we said it happened because you're only a human being. It also happened because we are in constant battle. I did it, I did not. I should have done. Yes, you failed, but no matter how badly you have failed, you are forgivable. And as long as you are alive, we said, God is not done with you. So you still can rise again. So today we are continuing with the same, but we are looking at that winning heart soldier. So as you are looking at that, we say when soldiers are, think about this soldier, when soldiers are in a battle, when they go out to the field, they are open. I am fighting, but in that battle, soldiers are hurt. When a soldier is hurt in the battle, they do not stop fighting. They continue with the battle. They continue holding their gun. Even if they were shot on the head, on the leg, they crawl, they roll, but they are holding on to their gun. So similarly in our life, as we are fighting in this life's battle, I'm fighting for my destiny, I'm fighting for my purpose. I will get hurt along the way. When I get hurt, I start like that soldier. I hold my gun, I roar, I crow, but I must not stop. As long as I have breath, that pass of hope that remains, I must hold the gun and continue fighting on. When we look at this other soldier, sometimes in the battle, when the other soldiers, the enemy wants to know the secrets of the army, they will look for ways to deceive the soldier. We get this very clearly in the story of Samson. Samson defeated the Philistines many, many times. Every battle he would win until they realized they would never win this battle. So they looked for a way to deceive this great man of God. And what they did, they used his weakness and they realized he had fallen in love with one of their girls by the name Delilah. And they talked to this girl, offered her many gifts so that she can go and deceive this man to be able to get the secret of the source of his strength. She actually did it well and got the secret. And when they got this secret, they got hold of Samson, they cut his hair, plugged out his eyes, and embarrassed him in front of all the Philistines. When that happened, one thing that Samson did, even in the midst of the shame and the defeat and being fought, he did not give up hope. That last very minute, he spoke to his God. Give me strength one more time to defeat my enemies. This is a great lesson for us. Even when I've been deceived, I have fallen, I have been embarrassed, I am in that mess. If I hold on to hope in that God who is so merciful, who is not looking at us at the moment that I'm going to make a mistake for him to be able to crush me down and cry unto him, he will still be able to hear. This soldier also gets trapped. And a soldier that is trapped does not have to be a bad soldier. Think about somebody like Daniel. He loved God. He was faithful to God. He did everything that pleased God. But because of the favor he got in the eyes of the king, in Daniel chapter 6, if you read all through from verse 5, they looked at the favor and how he had progressed. And he said, we cannot get this man in any evil way. So we are going to trap him in the ways of his God. So they set a trap and deceived now the king, not Daniel, to be able to trap Daniel, that he raised a statue because they knew there is no way Daniel was going to bow down to an idol. And they did get him, and he was thrown to the den of lion. But the beauty is, you may be in that den of lion. You may be in that pit that is so deep, deep in death, deep in crisis. It is so deep, it is so dark. And the lions are roaring on you. You know, they want to eat you up. So you may be sick. Death is growling at you. There are a lot of battles around you. But despite that, that God of Daniel, he's able to save even at the den of lions. He's able to save even in that deep pit. He's able to silence them. He's able to stop them so they will not be destroy you. The other soldier that was trapped is the story of Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego. Faithful servants of God. People who believed in their God and they would not bow down to the idol. But somebody is not happy and decided to also set them up so that if they don't bow to the statue of the king, they will be thrown to the furnace of fire. But they did not agree. So you are there, you're working so faithfully, working every day, doing everything right, and you're wondering, why all this trouble? Why all this crisis? Why do I have to suffer this much when I've been faithful to my God? Where are these lions roaring? Why am I in this fire? But even when they're in the fire, there was a fourth person. They went there in three, but the fourth person came. Because they said, our God will save us. And even if he doesn't save us, we will still not bow down. So you could be in that very situation. You are in that fire, heated, very heated. And it looks like everything is getting to an end. You don't even know how you're going to get yourself out of that place. But as long as you don't give up, as that soldier, hold on to that faith, not because of what you can be able to do, not because of what you know how to do, but because of who you believe in. Believe in that God who is greater than. That is why he is God, and he'll be able to get you out of that situation. So you are in that situation, not necessarily because you are bad, not necessarily because you are a sinner. It is just because when you're in this battle, somebody is watching how you're progressing and they are not happy with it and they are looking for ways to bring you down. But even when they try and situations look very bad on you, as long as you don't give up, God is still going to win this battle for you. Soldiers also, they die. Good ones. That good friend, that person, that mentor that you are looking up to, that one that you are saying, you could give so many testimonies about what God has done for them and is doing through them. Yet, they are dead. They've died. They have fallen. Sometimes good soldiers will be removed so that you can be ushered into your destiny. You cannot be mentored forever. John the Baptist lived. He was preparing the way for Jesus. So his mission was to prepare the way for Jesus. After Jesus was born, and now he is refilled after baptism. When he started his mission, the mission of John had to end so that now Jesus, the mission of Jesus can be carried out. So John went and Jesus came in. So your John may have been a real support for you, may have been directing you, has done so much for you, but John has to go so that you can now stand and now be able to fulfill your purpose and mission. We have other soldiers that die. They are people, freedom fighters. We have people like the apostles. They are people who are martyrs. They died for the salvation of others. They sacrificed themselves for the freedom of other people. So sometimes there are people who are called. They do so much for the kingdom. They do so much for the nation. They do so much for the well-being of other people. And they end up dying. But we say soldiers never die. They leave the legacy. It is because of the battles that they fought that today we are studying. It is because of those battles that they fought and agreed to sacrifice even their own life that today we have nations that are studying. So even yourself, when you see that great mentor, that good friend, let them go. Give thanks to God that they were able to do that. Can you pick up a lesson from them and also agree to fight for this kingdom? The legacy that they have left, can you continue? Do not allow yourself to lie there just mourning about that mentor, mourning about your mother, mourning about that one who did so well. Do well so that now the ones who are behind you, they can also be able to carry something from your life. So soldiers die, but they never die. They leave the legacy. Soldiers as they die, as they are hurt, as they are trapped, as they are deceived, soldiers also win. So we don't always lose, we win. When we are trapped and agree to rise, when we are deceived and say it doesn't matter, yes, I fell, but I'm rising up again. At the end of it all, soldiers win. And they celebrate the victory because they did not agree to die and be lost. So when you're asking yourself, why did it happen? It happened because you're in a battle. It happened because you are that soldier. And because you are the soldier and you're in the battle, you must not die. You must not give up. You must not remain there mourning that one who has left. You must rise up because you must leave your own legacy. Somebody who is behind you, they are watching you, they are looking upon you, they will give a testimony because you did not agree to die. Because you agreed to grow and roll when you are hurt and rise up so that your army can be able to win. Be that great soldier, the winning wounded soldier. Will win. They don't lose, they don't give up. The other question we asked ourselves, what if, what did I do, what did I not do? And we said, you fell, you have sinned, but you're forgivable. And as long as you're living, God is not done with you. But now, how do I start the journey of now moving from this sin, from this pit, from this mess to be able to live? So the first thing you're supposed to remember, a fallen soldier, as long as they do not give up, they can live again. So the bigger problem of a sinner, or when you're in a mess, the bigger problem is not the sin. It is not the mistake that you made. The biggest problem is you refusing to rise again. When you agree to remain in that mud, it is not the sin that is bigger. It is you refusing to rise again. It is you refusing to receive the forgiveness. It is you refusing to forgive yourself and be able to rise again. So, as you're asking yourself, the first step to moving ahead is agreeing to rise up again, is agreeing to receive that forgiveness, is agreeing to take one step ahead. The other thing that you must do, when I mess up, when I sin, the best way, I've made a mistake, be humble enough to repent. Be humble enough to be able to go and say, I'm sorry. It happened, you are a human being, so don't allow pride to take over you. No matter how big, no matter how spiritual, no matter how respected you are a human being and capable of falling. But if you quickly rise up, repent, and allow Jesus to cleanse you, allow yourself to go and say sorry. Is it to your boss? Is it to that mentor? Just go. It is not bad. It is not dead for you to go and say sorry. You are not small. Actually, it is only the strong who are able to say sorry, who are able to agree that I really made a mistake, I'm sorry, so that they can be able to rise. So repent. Once you've repented, take the other step. Forgive yourself. Sometimes the mistakes that we make in life, even when I repent today, tomorrow then again I go, I repent again, I go again, I remember the same sin, I keep on repenting and repenting. The problem is not that God has not forgiven you. It is not that because the society is still looking at you like that. The problem is, have I myself forgiven myself? Have I forgiven myself? Because once I forgive myself, and accept to receive that mercy, and allow myself, give myself that mercy, because I can give it to other people, but am I able to give myself that mercy? Am I able to love myself enough to be able to forgive myself and allow myself to move on and give myself another chance? So I made a mistake, I have repented, I forgive myself. Once I've forgiven myself, let me forgive them. Because it's very difficult to give what you don't have. If I'm not able to forgive myself, it will be very difficult for me to be able to forgive other people. Because it starts with me. So when I'm able to forgive myself, Even if I see what they did against me, the fact that I was able to first look at the mirror from my side, when I'm looking at them, I am able to look at them with an eye of mercy, because I know where I failed, so I know it's possible to fail. So just the way I failed, it is also possible for them to fail. So the fact that they made a mistake, it does not mean I'm forgivable, they are also forgivable. So forgive them. And forgiveness does not necessarily mean if I forgive this person and they had really messed my life, it doesn't mean that forgiveness means that we must continue doing what we are doing. But giving them mercy and releasing them, what you're allowing yourself is emptying your heart and your space so that God can be able to put the beautiful things inside of you. When you have all this baggage of anger and bitterness against yourself, against other people, you cannot even be able to do anything. You cannot perform. You cannot deliver any good to anybody in the society. So free yourself. It is not even about them. It is about you. Once you have been able to forgive them, and maybe you're still struggling with these things, and sometimes I may be willing to forgive, I may be willing to forgive myself, but I don't know the how. Agree to get help. We have counselors, we have pastors, we have good people who can be able to mentor you. But I want to underscore this: as much as you're getting help, please be careful. It is not everybody who can mentor you. It is not everybody who can counsel you. There are people who have been hurt and left even more broken because of where they try to get help. So help is there, but please get help from the right sources. There are counselors who are good. There are pastors, there are priests. Please get help. Consult from people that you know, that you trust, that can be able to direct you to a good counselor, so that you also don't walk this journey alone. Sometimes I may be willing to do it, but when I am not able to do it alone, let me get a heart to hold me, and you'll be able to get out of it. Then, as you do that, don't compare yourself with the other person. It is your journey. It is not their journey. I lost a loved one. It is my process. Process your healing process. Go through your process as you, not them. If they got healed in 1 month, it is them. You do not know what they went through. You are going your journey. Don't compare yourself with the other people. Maybe I am 1 year now. I think I've taken too long to be able to recover. You have not taken long. It is your process. I made this big mistake. Yes, you made the big mistake. They may be going it this way. Don't even go through the healing process the same way with another person. Don't follow their route. It worked for them. It doesn't have to necessarily work for you. So don't feel burdened by people, or don't burden yourself with somebody else's process. Go it your way, because as unique as you are, that is how unique your process is going to be. So go through it. If you feel like you want to cry, cry. Even if they are not crying, you cry. If you want to shout, shout. If you want to dance, dance. If you want to go and eat, eat. Go your process and rejoice. And as you're going through that process, please celebrate the small milestones. And I mean small. Yesterday I did not wake up the whole day. If you just woke up today and made a cup of tea, celebrate yourself. Thank you. At least today you have woken up, you have made tea. That will give you the energy to go and prepare lunch. Tomorrow, even if you don't do it with anything else, just thank God. At least you lived that day. You are not dead. So meaning you got the strength and the courage to live. If you have been so ashamed and you are not even able to go out, if you just manage to go out to your shopping center and come back, celebrate yourself. At least I've gone to the shopping center, because that strength, that step is the one that is going to give you the courage, so that tomorrow you can take now another step and you go to the main town. It will give you the strength tomorrow to go the other day to go to the office. Step by step, small milestones, celebrating them, rejoicing over the small things that you are doing, so that the big ones, as they are coming, because you're celebrating with a grateful heart every small milestone, then God is going to help you through. And before you realize, you will be done, you will be there. So you are a soldier, you are winning this battle, you are going it your way. There's another question of what, why, but now it is not about me, it is about them. This happens very much to people who are very respected in the society. These are mentors, these are pastors, these are teachers. when I am a teacher, I am a pastor, I am a counselor, I am a mentor, people look at me. So when their things are not working, they come to me. And when my own things are not working, sometimes it can be very, very difficult to deal with it. But when it is about another person, it is about your husband, it is about your daughter. She's pregnant. You are a parent, but you cannot be your daughter. You cannot be them. You can only mentor. You can guide them. You can support them, but you cannot be them. So if she's pregnant, please agree to have that separation. I am the mother, but this is my daughter. She's living her life. She will make her own mistakes, and she will rise from these mistakes. If you're not able to separate that, by the way, you cannot even be of any help to your own child. And that's why you find people who are so respected and they have mentored other people, they destroy their own because of not being able to separate. So when they look at them, they feel so embarrassed, they feel they have failed them, and if you're not careful, you can even kill your own ministry. Because it is that person. You have very little control, by the way, about, it is their life, it is their soul, it is them. You have very little control. You only can be able to go just that far. The other part, it is them and God. So don't kill yourself because your husband, your daughter, your mother, your child made a very big mistake. And asking yourself, people will be saying, now I'm the one who has been mentoring these people, and my own children, this is the way they are doing. They are drinking. It is not you who is drinking. You will pray for them. You will do your best. But always remember, it is them. It is not you. So do not drop your gun. Do not stop on the way. Do not drop your ministry. Continue fighting. Engage the Nehemiah gear. You're holding your gun as you're building the nation. You're holding your gun as you're building the wall. So you're holding your gun so that you fight for your children, so that you fight for their protection. But at the same time, you are not stopping to carry out the mission. You are not stopping to fight for your destiny and for your purpose. So you will support them, but it is them, it is not you. The other thing you must remember when you are dealing with them, it is you who is called. It is not them. You are a pastor, you are a counselor, you are a minister, you are the president. You are the one who is called. They are not the ones. So they are doing their life their way. So don't try to live their life. Don't try to play yourself down just because your daughter, your son, or the other person is not doing it. Or maybe they don't even support what you are doing. So as much as you need the support of your family and the society, it is you who is called. So you are the one who is accountable for your purpose, for your destiny, for your mission. So do not be dragged by the them idea. And that is why we always say, what people are saying, we must be very careful as we listen to what they say. I must listen with one ear, but I must be wise enough to be able to separate what is good and what is bad. And sometimes, if I'm really convinced deep within me that what I'm doing is okay, then I must continue doing it. So in summary today, what we are saying, we may ask ourselves many questions as we discussed. But as we are going, if we want to be healed, we must allow ourselves to engage that gear that I will fight on as I am building. I will fight on as I'm pursuing my purpose. I will fight on as I am continuing with that mission. I will not allow myself to be that soldier that died and never left a legacy. Even if I die fighting, at least one thing, because I died fighting, I will be celebrated. I will not die. Somebody out there, after I leave, they will remember that a great and mighty soldier lived on, fought, and the victory that we are celebrating today, it is because you, great and mighty soldier of the Lord, did not agree to give up. You are a strong, mighty and winning soldier. So keep fighting on, keep moving on, keep crawling and fighting and pursuing. You will still get there. See you next time for more uplifting and hope restoration sessions every second and last Saturday of the month with Messenger Rocky. Goodbye. Keep that path of hope.
When life happens as it does, then there is a lifting up. Hope Pulse with Masin Njoroge.